You think that Bernie Sanders can't beat President Trump. Why do you think that you will be able to beat him, given the fact that Bernie does have more enthusiasm among young people and among some other minority groups, not in South Carolina, obviously, but nationally?
Well, let me put it this way. I think that enthusiasm does not necessarily translate into votes. You saw more people voted yesterday in South Carolina, I'm told, than I think in the primary than any other time, the largest turnout. And I won every single solitary county. Every single solitary county. Doesn't mean that holds for every state. But, I think people aren't looking for a revolution. They're looking for results.
No, people are looking for a revolution. The people that he's in circles with are not looking for a revolution because, hey, things are working out pretty well for them, right?
Maybe they're looking for a revolution because they think at this point that's the only way they're gonna see results, maybe. And also, I love him saying, it doesn't mean it's gonna hold for every state. Well, I'd think so since you lost the first three.
No, but that's the amazing thing. I get it, he won big in South Carolina. That is one state, That's it, okay? So moving forward, I'm curious to see how his campaign does, considering that Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg have dropped out. So I think it's gonna help him, but I don't know to what extent. But to say that the enthusiasm, on one hand, you have corporate Democrats arguing that there's too much enthusiasm among Bernie supporters, that they're too enthusiastic online. They're Bernie bros, they're abusive with their enthusiasm, right? And then on the other hand, they're like, yeah, that enthusiasm doesn't mean anything. He's not electable, he would totally lose to Trump. Make up your mind, right? So which one is it? And what happened in Nevada was incredible. I mean, you have people who were not registered voters literally registering to vote for Bernie Sanders. So to minimize that and pretend like it doesn't matter, I think is so ridiculous.
Yeah, and how about someday we do a little experiment where we bring the most boring, unenthusiastic candidate ever, we try that. How about we don't do that in the election right after we did that in 2016?
Right.
How about that? And honestly,
they can't help themselves.
Look, I'm gonna say, obviously, I have issues with Hillary Clinton, up to and including right now. I would argue while Hillary Clinton has more sort of like detractors, like Republicans hate Hillary more than they hate Joe Biden. Hillary does at least have some people that like her, that have followed her career for literally decades.
Yeah, like Neera Tanden, who wants to make money off of her.
No, there is a demographic. I won't go too specific into it, but there are people who have liked Hillary Clinton for literally decades. I don't think Joe Biden has even that. No one's been pulling for Biden since the 90s.
I don't know.
Hillary had the Pumas. Who are the Boomas? I don't think they exist. That's not how the acronym works, but I don't think they exist at all. Who's enthusiastic for Joe Biden?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hillary at least said she was gonna shatter the glass ceiling. Biden's gonna skip off the glass and punch himself in the face, which he looked like he did in that clip.
Yeah, he was looking like he was struggling in that clip, which is kind of ironic considering how he's attacking the electability of someone who's sharper, more interesting, has a far more diverse coalition. Like, I don't want to go that far, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but I feel bad saying it. Anyway, but my point is, these attacks make no sense. And remember, Joe Biden's own wife said in an interview, yeah, I know his policies don't excite people, but he's best suited to beat Trump. He's the most electable. And they haven't provided any evidence for that at all. Right? So if they say, well, polling indicates it, well, polling also indicates that Bernie has a better chance at beating Trump. So all of this nonsense is so frustrating, but we gotta fight like hell and we gotta get the right Democrat elected. The primaries matter more than the general, because once you're at the general, if you don't get the right person to represent you and your best interest, then you're stuck with the situation of voting for the lesser of two evils. So let's not let it get to that point and get the right person in. And that person's Bernie Sanders.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.